From the headlines that move us
to the plays on the field and the people making a difference.
It's news, sports, and stories that keep our community alive.
This is the Heartbeat of Tampa Bay.
I'm Christopher Ingram.
And I'm Sarina Fazan. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone.
Hello, Sarina.
Hello, Christopher. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. If you had like blue shoes or something on, maybe a blue scarf, you look like you're going to a Gators game.
Oh, you think so,
yeah,
huh?
Got the orange.
Oh my gosh,
that's
that's right. But you do like my shoes, right?
I actually noticed them before we got started here, and I recognized the little insignia of your fancy shoe.
So these are
Louis Vuitton.
They are Louis Vuitton, but I love these shoes. And I can't remember quite how many colors, but maybe we can have our special guest, Amber, research it right now. I'm teasing something. It's the multicolor Louis Vuitton shoe.
Oh.
I can't remember if it's 31 colors, but they match every single outfit.
We just lost all of our male viewers.
Well, let's bring the male viewers back.
We got a lot of crazy stuff, some news. We do have a big announcement that we're going to make at the end of the show, but there's a lot going on around the world. We're going to talk about this bungee jumping disaster, Kanye West controversy here in Tampa, and Donald Trump, a python. We're going to talk about pythons, prediction markets, and then we're going to have a little Father's Day discussion.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so let's get started.
Yeah, so much to get into. You know, oftentimes on the show, we will start with the Florida story, but this time, Christopher, we decided to start with that awful bungee jump. Oh my gosh.
It's this young woman, 21 years old, was gonna bungee jump off what they call the Skeleton Bridge, which is an old bridge near St. Paul, Brazil, and it hasn't been used. They just built it, and then the company that was gonna ride trains on it went bankrupt or something. So anyhow, a lot of people use that bridge for bungee jumping and other extreme kind of sports activities. And this woman, 21-year-old girl, was gonna bungee jump. They literally threw her off the bridge without attaching the bungee jumping cord.
I know, I cannot believe it.
130 feet to her death.
And her fiance was right there.
Her fiance was there.
Many bystanders, they noticed that it was, and they started yelling and screaming.
Well, we've got the video. We're gonna show the video. I know you didn't really want to look at it, but here's the video. I mean, all you can say is wow.
So upsetting. And you know what's really, really sad, too, that the three people that were
working there,
two of them at least fled after they heard what was
after
happening.
They threw her off the bridge with no cord.
Yes, and of course they were brought,
they caught him.
There was a helicopter actually that found him, and they're facing all three of them are facing murder charges.
Yeah, it could be up 30 years in jail, prison. I also read in the article, she only paid like $35. So, I mean, to me, I guess, it's obviously different in a different country in terms of the value of a dollar and whatnot. But I know in the States at least, and somebody said, hey, we'll throw you off of a bridge for $35, I'd be like, I think you should be charging more.
Yes.
But I mean, can you imagine like it's just unbelievable.
And unbelievable. And to have witnessed that for so many people who actually saw it, do you feel that the murder charges then are appropriate? I
mean, somebody needs to be held accountable. I think, I don't know the justice system in Brazil. It seems to me like maybe it should be more like manslaughter, right? Because I don't think they intended to do this. It was just out of carelessness and, stupidity. But even the girl, I think, has some culpability. And if I was going to get thrown off a bridge, I'd be like, who's hooking up the bungee cord?
Right.
Like, where is it?
Yes. And of course, may she rest in peace, and our hearts go out to her family. But I think this is also, you're pointing out that we also need to be so aware of when we're doing something or engaging in something like that, to also take responsibility on.
Ask questions.
Ask questions. Yeah. Hey, am I protected? Bless her heart.
Yeah, it's horrible. I can't imagine that. Hopefully she didn't know she was without a cord.
Oh my gosh.
But geez, oh my God.
I know. I know.
All right.
That's a pretty heavy story
it is.
to
That's
start
disturbing
with,
for sure.
For sure.
All right, Rick Scott's in the news, our senior senator from the state of Florida, and he is upset. There's been a little controversy that's been brewing for the last few days here locally in the Tampa Bay market. Raymond James Stadium is set to host Kanye West in a concert in a couple of weeks, and it has already garnered a lot of criticism, and now Senator Scott has gotten into the fray and said, yeah, he should not be appearing at Raymond James Stadium. There certainly should be no public funds used to promote his concert in any way, and that this is due to the fact that Kanye has said a lot of horrible, mostly anti-Semitic things in the past.
So, right, and I know it was a few years ago, right, that he had made these comments. So those on the other side argue, well, that's free speech,
right,
and he should be allowed to perform. What do you think about that?
I mean,
it's a tough one, right?
I'm a big free speech advocate, and really, Sarina, I think you bring up a good point, but free speech, as it really is defined, is a contract between an individual and the government. Basically, that the government can't infringe on your right to free speech. It does have free speech-esque, relevancy here, but I think that one, he has said some really bad things. They've been like borderline, like I'm a Nazi kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's wholly inappropriate. Now, he has claimed that he has kind of cleaned himself up, and I think that he has shown some regret for the things that he said in the past. But, I don't know. I hate to start telling people you can't come to Raymond James because you're offensive to some people. But this one, I think I might have to actually agree with Senator Scott in as much as like the horrible things that he said. It's kind of like, using the N-word.
Right.
And the things that he had previously said against Jewish people was wholly inappropriate. So I might be okay for it.
And then those on the other side, though, could say, well, then don't buy the tickets. Don't go to his concert. Don't promote it. And we have a choice, to do that. I mentioned that, too, though. I think it goes, and we've talked about this before with athletes, with celebrities. I think, you're an athlete, you're a celebrity, you're an entertainer. You are put at a higher standard.
Right.
You are.
Right.
I mean,
you're a public figure.
You're a public figure. So you're setting the stage, right? You shouldn't be saying things that are offensive, that could really hurt society. So it's a tough one.
I think in his case, I'm no doctor, but I think he had a mental disorder. I mean, the things that he was doing a few years ago, like I said, he's kind of cleaned himself up, but whatever. And everybody deserves redemption. But I think that probably Kanye has not come out to the level of redemption and expressing regret and remorse for the things that he said to the appropriate communities. That is why this story continues to be an issue. And to your point, the best way to show some sucker like Kanye that you're not going to put up with his crap is to don't buy his tickets. You're absolutely right.
Because we do have that choice.
Absolutely.
This is also one of those stories that it would be very interesting to get your input and how the viewers feel about it.
Post online, follow our social media. It's Heartbeat of Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so moving on. Python.
I know.
Pythons are a huge problem in Florida, right?
Mm-hmm,
Have been for 20 some odd years. I've heard all sorts of stories as to why pythons are bad. The one that I've read that I think is most credible in terms of the analysis of why we have this python problem is before the big hurricane, I think it was Andrew, there was a pet store that had hundreds of pythons, and it got decimated. The building did, and that's where all the pythons escaped and got into the Everglades. That's not to say that other people weren't like dumping their pythons, but that's probably the most likely reason why they had this big outbreak. And of course, we had the python hunts every year, and they're very invasive species. We've seen pictures of them where they like swallowed an alligator.
Oh my gosh,
Have you seen that one? It's crazy.
I cannot even look. I can't even look at still pictures. I get so scared.
And they have dozens of babies, that hatch every season, and one female python can have hundreds and hundreds of, if not thousands, of babies over the course of its lifetime.
So it's so scary.
It really is.
But so there's this guy, right? It's in Miami-Dade. This happened in Miami-Dade County.
Right.
He sees a python, and he
in a park.
In a park.
He's in a park.
In a park, and he sees some bulging in the python, so he thinks that the python just ate something. And he said he was being a good Samaritan, where he captured the python. He called the authorities to come pick up the python, but then when the authorities got there, they fined him.
They gave him a ticket for $180 and said, because he molested a wildlife in a state park.
Right.
Right? What they call molesting, like if you're touching them in any way, really, right?
Right.
And we have those laws for a good reason. But in this case, like, okay, it's a python. We know how bad they are. They're invasive. The state has these roundups every year. Clearly, this guy had no untoward intent.
He was trying to do
the right thing by capturing it.
Yes, and so then what's so interesting about it as well is that a liaison for the Miami Zoo, right? Wasn't it the Miami Zoo? Stepped up and said, hey, just what you said, this guy is trying to do a good deed. I'm going to advocate on his behalf. So the charges were ultimately dropped. It never made it to court.
Right.
And I 100%, I'm glad there's people like that, because he wasn't ill-intended.
Right.
Is that even that a word?
Yeah, he had no ill intent. Absolutely not. No. And he called the authorities to say, hey, I just caught this python. I know they're invasive. You want to come pick it up and destroy it.
Right.
And the fact that officer gave him a $185 ticket, it just defies logic and reason and common sense.
I tried to research too, because again, he said there was something big and bulging inside the python. So I tried to see if they, found out what the python had eaten. But so far, nothing has come out on that. Not that I would want to know, but I mean. Well,
they might do I don't know what they call it, an autopsy on an animal.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, I wasn't that good at science.
Is it, I can't even pronounce it. Never mind.
So this story actually reminded me of a friend who, his wife saw an alligator on her front doorstep one time, and her husband was out of town. So she called the police and she called a neighbor, and the neighbor came over and actually shot the alligator right on her front doorstep.
Okay, all right, okay.
Unbeknownst to him, she also called the sheriff's department. The sheriff's department shows up, and there is the carcass of an alligator on the front doorstep with a big bullet hole in its head. And they interrogate the guy, and he's like, well, yeah, this is like an 8-foot alligator right on her front doorstep, and it was a danger to her and animals in the neighborhood and stuff like that. So the cops were like, well, you could go to jail for this. And they came this close to arresting him. The guy was a dentist. He would have probably lost his license to practice dentistry. So the message there is, think twice before you're a good Samaritan.
Wow, but isn't that so sad?
It really is terrible, isn't it?
It is so sad that we cannot be good Samaritans without being worried, being charged, being sued, whatever the case may be.
That's
because and with little kids in the neighborhood too.
Yeah.
Gosh, wow.
Nutty world we live in. Okay, a little fun one. Donald Trump. We all know the Don. He's got his different hairstyle. There is a zoo. You tell the story. There's a zoo and the hair and.
So in India, right?
Yeah.
It's India, right? Yeah. So there, it's an albino buffalo.
We got a picture of it. We're gonna throw it up.
And so someone started saying, "Oh, this looks like Donald Trump." So many people have come to look at the buffalo. Yeah. And
because his hair does look like Donald Trump.
So the buffalo was supposed to be sacrificed for this for Eid, which is a Muslim holiday. But the buffalo was spared because
he looks like Trump.
Well, it's very like you could say that, but what they're saying is he's such an attraction.
Yeah,
the buffalo is that it could be actually now dangerous, even if they tried to sacrifice him, because so many people, it could cause riots.
Right, they love this buffalo, the Trump buffalo.
The Trump buffalo.
I doctored up a picture. Well, ChatGPT doctored up a picture for me with Donald Trump on it. Really looks like him now.
So what do you think? What do you think Donald Trump would say about this? Like, would he laugh at it, do you think?
I think he would say, it's huge. He's got great hair like me. It's the best hair I've ever seen. It's huge.
I know. I don't think he would be offended.
Bothered anyway.
Yeah. I think he'd make a joke out of it.
He would, yeah, he would. He likes attention.
Definitely.
We had the big fight on the White House lawn the other day, and I got to tell you, I voted for Trump all 3 times that he ran. I generally like his policies. I don't like the person, and the stupid crap that he does. I really didn't like this fight being on the White House lawn. It was like commercialized the White House, and I really did not like that. I don't know if we didn't talk about this earlier, but they did a WWE fight bout, or I think it was WWE. You can see how much I follow that stuff. But they built this huge elaborate ring and everything, and there's like hundreds and hundreds of people there at the White House watching it.
Wow, yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, I'm not very well versed with that because I didn't.
Yeah, I threw this on you the last second.
And I didn't look into it at all. But just by hearing what you've shared with me, no, I think the White House it's a very special place. Right. And I personally, again, and this without knowing the details of this, because I did not look at this at all. I just feel it's a special place.
Yeah.
It should be preserved as a,
I think so too. It's bothered me.
Yeah.
So you kicked me under the table for bringing that one up.
No, not at all, because I'm being honest. Like, I have not looked at it, so it's not fair.
This was all yesterday. You were busy. We were all busy together. We went out on the boat yesterday, right? We had fun.
It was so much fun. Yes. Enjoying this beautiful.
Oh, the weather.
Beautiful weather, yeah.
Okay, so prediction markets. They've been around for a long time, and these are basically places where you can you can bet on things like the winner of an election.
Shows, like, games.
Games and stuff,
like sports events, so.
And other things like I said, like win an election, or is the United States going to invade Cuba? And you could bet $10 on it, that we will. And, if they do, you pocket some money. They're now doing predictions that you can put bets on for television programs. And the one that they cited was Euphoria. Have you seen Euphoria? It's on HBO.
I have not seen it, but Sammy has
filled you in on it.
Not really. She hasn't filled me in, but I know. But I know the name because she's.
Yeah, it's a really big hit with young people.
Yeah, she says she's really enjoying the show.
So one of the characters in the season 3, they had bets on to whether or not, her name is Rue, whether Rue would be killed or die in the final episode of season 3 of Euphoria. Well, it turns out she did, and people put bets on it. I think they said they had like $540,000 in bets overall on that particular subject. Yes or no, you think she'll die? And the problem with it is that, one, these prediction markets are not regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission, nor any type of gambling entity at the state level. And it's not like betting on whether or not Trump's going to win, or we're going to invade Cuba, or they're going to get the Strait of Hormuz open by August 1st.
Or the Seahawks are going to win the Super Bowl.
Right. Yes, it's nothing like that, because these are actual shows that have a script that people are aware of what the outcome is. And there's nothing to keep someone like a producer, or heck, even an electrician on the set of the show, who knows what happens, from going and making a bet on it, which they know what the outcome is.
Right, and that leads to more spoiler alerts, as they say, and I know there's something special about, watching a show. Yeah. We should have probably announced it even before we talked about Euphoria. Hold on, there's a spoiler alert, because people get, honestly, people get really, and I don't blame them.
Yeah,
like you get, you're passionate about a show, you want to watch. It's like sometimes, just to bring back to like the Miami Dolphins games, how you would be busy sometimes and working, and you didn't have a chance to watch the game, and you would say to me, don't tell me anything, because I'm going to watch it. But
replay it on recording.
Right.
Yeah.
So something like this, you get so passionate about it, like your shows and everything.
Well, and they say it also has the potential negative impact on the studios, because they will probably lose viewers if those predictions come true, and then it's a spoiler, like you said, and so people won't want to watch the programming.
I know, and you brought up such a great point, because it's not regulated. So you're right. What's going to even stopping the person who's the janitor, or anybody, the intern that's working other. So it'll be interesting to see.
First world problems.
Yeah, first world problems. Yeah.
Okay. You wanted to mention?
Well, I wanted to mention. So I'm going to start this new screen time with Sarina. What do you think of screen time with Sarina?
Screen time with Sarina.
With Sarina in Sarina's viewing room.
Okay.
Like I'm posting reviews on shows, on television shows or series, or whatever, like on my website, and you and I can talk about it on the show.
Yeah.
But I shared these details with you because we also, we are friends and colleagues. We met with another couple, lovely people, Chris and Angie Jadek. That was Angie Moreski, Chris Jadek, and I told you I just completed watching The Witness on Netflix. Yeah. And of course, no spoilers. I don't want to give anybody any spoilers, but what an amazing
Yeah, it was
show.
good. You told me it was really good.
It's based on a true crime that happened in London, one of the biggest, they're calling it one of the biggest, for lack of a better word, screw-ups in police history.
Oh, really?
But
Wow.
the case, but I honestly, it's and this is not a spoiler alert because this is just what the show's about. It's about a beautiful young mother, only 23 years old, who was murdered in front of her 2-year-old son.
Oh, that's terrible.
In front of her 2-year-old
That's
son,
horrible.
in broad daylight, in a very, very populated place,
In London.
in a popular place in London. And they believe that he could be the youngest person who's ever witnessed
A crime
like
Wow.
that. But it's really
really sad.
Yeah, it's really sad. But it makes you think.
Okay, let's talk about what you want to do though. So you're going to put this on your site, Sarina Fazan Network and everything, and you want to do it like on the video as part of the show? We'll make it a segment.
I think we should.
All right.
What do you think?
Yeah. 2
What do you
thumbs
think?
up.
2 thumbs up. What do you think?
Siskel and Ebert. Sarina says 1 up and 1 down because I'm Switzerland.
I know. Do you want to explain the Switzerland thing? I think people who
I
watch
think
this-
most people know, you're not one to necessarily take a strong stand on certain things, mostly political stuff, which is fine. And I like to tease you that you're Switzerland.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to your Swiss flag. We used to have a little Swiss flag right
where
here.
did it go? Where did
Somebody
it go?
walked off with it. We also have another announcement here on the show, Heartbeat of Tampa Bay. We are pleased to be announcing that Amber Euler, who has filled in for us a couple of times in your absence, is
Yes.
going to be a regular contributor to this program, kind of doing those arts and entertainment and celebrity gossip kind of thing around Tampa Bay.
I know, we're so excited about it. That's why, because she also, full of fashion. She's gorgeous,
Right.
beautiful on the inside and the outside.
Yeah.
That's why at the very beginning of the show, I'm like, maybe Amber can look like how many colors there are in my
I'm
shoes.
sure she already noticed.
Yes.
She's here.
No, but she's fantastic, and we're so excited to have her join us on the Heartbeat of Tampa Bay. I'm also a huge fan, as you know, of her husband, Jameson Euler.
Yeah.
We work together, and I would.
He's on Channel 10 still.
He's on Channel 10, and I would strongly encourage people to tune in and watch him on the morning show. And I say this all the time, that guy can go network, but he and Amber are so committed to this community. They have 3 beautiful children and just love this area. So I would say to him all the time, hey, network news, when are you leaving? He's like, I'm not leaving
I like
Tampa.
it here. That's cool. We're lucky to have him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Father's Day is coming up on Sunday.
Speaking of Father's Day,
Yeah.
talking about Jameson, talk about you, Father's Day.
Yeah, so I thought we should talk about best gifts,
Oh, yeah.
like in what to get,
Yes.
dads and stuff like that. And I can tell you, we can talk about specific things that you might go out buy, but the best gift I ever got in my life was from my daughter Mia when she wrote me this 1.25-page long letter that I think we're going to throw up a little snapshot of on the screen. It's seriously it made me feel so good and so proud to be her dad, like the cool things that she said in that. And it was just very heartfelt and was absolutely, hands down, the best gift I've ever been given.
When I read it the first time, I cried.
Yeah.
I mean, it is the sweetest,
so sweet.
sweetest thing.
It
It is
really
the
is.
sweetest thing. The sweetest thing. And a heartfelt card, letter, that is by far, I think, the best gift.
Way better than any, sorry for saying it, but like a stupid necktie or what other garbage you get. And, I know for me, like I don't really want anything. If I want something, I go and get it for myself, right? But for me, like for my girls, like getting a nice note, a heartfelt letter like that or a card is way much more important and meaningful than anything that you can buy at the store just because you feel like you're obligated to have to buy them something.
Well, and it's interesting that you mentioned that too, because a lot of times what you said with men, if they want something, typically they go
Right.
out and get it, within financial, within their financial means. Or
We're
whatever.
not buying Louis Vuitton
Well,
shoes,
these were, okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to distract you. You're like into trance over these shoes. So what do you think about like the Father's Day gifting? What's your kind of?
Honestly, the card and the letter is the absolute best. But also sometimes, a thoughtful gift.
Yeah.
It's something that you think, hey, Dad would like, your significant other. Like you and I've talked about. Things on the grill.
Yeah, like gadgets for the grill.
Gadgets for the
Ted and I
grill.
both have the green egg,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And I think I sent you a link to a couple of green egg accoutrements that you could get for them.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I don't have either one of those, and I want one too.
Okay, you do. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's
Yeah,
good
I want,
to
I want
know.
both of them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, a gift, when it comes from the heart, of course.
You can't beat it.
Yeah, it's so
And
meaningful.
experiences.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
I mean,
Quality time.
Quality
experience
time.
Yeah.
I mean, I got some cool gifts when I was a kid growing up, but I think what I remember more than what did I get for my 12th birthday, which I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Probably something Star Wars related. I don't know. But the experiences
Mm-hmm.
are really what I think resonate and last. Like those are memories that you're creating, not just like, here's a
Yeah.
gift.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
Those are cool.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
I think Ted's going to be out of town.
No, I'm
No,
going to be
you're
out of
gonna be-
town.
you're
I'm,
going out of
I'm going to
town, yeah.
visit my.
Yeah,
so
you're
speaking
going
of
out of town.
experiences, I'm going to go see my dad in Chicago for
Father's
Day.
Yeah.
And for him, he even said, "Gosh, that's all he wants
Right.
is, that I'm coming."
Yeah.
And so, and I'm so happy, to be able to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
But happy Father's Day.
Thank
to
you. You are like a traveling. I mean, I don't even know what to call you. You should be a travel agent with all the traveling you've been doing. I'm so jealous.
It's been a little crazy lately, but it's been for work too.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah.
has been for a national project I'm on as well. So.
Yeah. Well,
But I love it here.
we are all waiting to
My
hear
home.
what happens with that.
At the Heartbeat. Oh yeah, it'll be announced.
It'll
here.
be soon. All right, Ree. Every story shared
Adds another heartbeat to Tampa Bay.
from courage to community.
We're so proud to tell the stories and share the people that make this community so strong.
Thanks for watching
The
Heartbeat of Tampa Bay. Yay.
Yay.